Now let's take a look at PatchWork in action and some of the possible uses. In single column mode, it effectively becomes a simple channel strip with up to 8 effects in series. Remember that synths can be chained together too for some unique sounds. You need to use the synth version though for your host digital audio workstation to treat it as an instrument. Add a second column and is now a post chain, where further effects can be added in series. With just both pre and post columns, PatchWork is now a 16 plug-in channel strip. As soon as 3 or more columns are used, it can be used in parallel mode and things become even more interesting. The possibilities are almost limitless. Each parallel slot has its own on-off switch as well as a pre-input gain control that, as we saw earlier, can be automatically linked to the post-output gain. The number of slots available in each chain depends on the column setting. Up to 6 slots can be used here if required. The phase of each chain can be flipped should you encounter phase issues. Phase flip can also be used as a listen to effect facility. Use an empty chain with its phase flipped to hear the effect of any processing chains. Helpful for setting up compressors or fine-tuning EQ. In addition, each chain can be soloed out. Great for setting up a particular chain or just A/Bing different setups. In the top right corner of the parallel chain section, we find the summing mode. Choices of either average, in which case the gain is adjusted to maintain the relevant level depending on how many parallel chains are active, or summing, in which case the chains are simply summed together with no gain adjustment, just like a bus on a mixing console. For most effects purposes, average is the better choice. One obvious use for parallel chains is for setting up parallel compression. PatchWork makes it a breeze, and easier still to set up more than just one compression line, combining them together to get the sound you're looking for, or just A/Bing different setups to find the best one for any given situation. Of course, that applies to any chain of effects, not just compression. The copy and paste choice in the slot's context menu can help here. Copying the current slot to another one in a different chain not only copies the plugin, but all of the current settings as well. They can then be tweaked and an instant A/B comparison made. As if all these options and possibilities aren't enough, PatchWork can even use more instances of itself in slots. The synth version behaves as an instrument within your digital audio workstation. Here I have 3 synths in parallel, and their output can be mixed using the post-gain controls on each parallel line. Here it's probably best to use the summing mode to avoid one chain impacting others. Furthermore, add more columns to insert effects plugins to add effects to each synth output.